Alright folks, let's talk about something we all love and hate: alcohol. You're hitting the gym like a beast, crushing your workouts, counting your macros, getting your protein in, you're doing everything right. But then the weekend rolls around, you're out with your buddies, and the drinks start flowing. Listen, I get it, man. We're human beings, not robots. We want to enjoy life, let loose, and sometimes that involves a few beers or a couple of cocktails. But if you're serious about your fitness journey, if you're putting in the work to build muscle and improve your performance, you need to understand the full impact alcohol has on your body. We're going deep down the rabbit hole in this video, folks. We're talking about how alcohol affects your hormones: testosterone, growth hormone, cortisol, the big players in muscle growth and recovery. We'll break down how alcohol impacts muscle protein synthesis, your sleep quality, fat storage, even your hydration and electrolyte balance. We're going to cover it all so you can make informed decisions about your fitness and your lifestyle. Because let's be real, nobody wants to be that guy who crushes it in the gym all week then throws it all away with a weekend bender. Alright, let's break this down. When you drink alcohol, your body basically treats it like a toxin, like something that doesn't belong. It doesn't care if it's a craft IPA, a glass of wine, or a shot of tequila. Your body sees ethanol, and it wants that stuff out. Your liver kicks into overdrive, working overtime to metabolize the alcohol. First, it converts the alcohol into acetaldehyde, which is even more toxic than alcohol itself. Then, it breaks down the acetaldehyde into less harmful substances. But here's the kicker: while your liver is busy dealing with this chemical shitstorm, it puts everything else on hold. Fat burning? Nope. Glycogen replenishment? Forget about it. Muscle repair? It's like hitting the pause button on your gains. Think of it like this: your body is a construction crew, working tirelessly to build you a bigger, stronger physique. But when you introduce alcohol into the mix, it's like sending in a demolition crew. The construction workers are forced to down their tools and deal with the chaos, and all that progress they were making comes to a screeching halt. Now, I'm not saying you can't ever have a drink if you want to build muscle, but you have to be smart about it, you have to understand the trade-offs, and you have to prioritize your goals. Let's talk hormones. Specifically, testosterone and growth hormone, the two heavy hitters in the muscle building game. These guys are the MVPs, responsible for driving protein synthesis, speeding up recovery, and helping your body adapt to training. But here's the thing about alcohol: it's like kryptonite to your hormones. Even moderate drinking, like 5 or 6 drinks, can tank your testosterone levels by 20 to 30% for up to 24 hours. And if you're a heavy drinker, someone who's constantly pounding beers, it's even worse. Chronic alcohol use can lead to long-term suppression of testosterone, and in some cases, it can even mess with your boys downstairs, leading to shrinkage and even infertility. Not good. Growth hormone takes a hit too. This is the hormone that surges during deep sleep, and after intense workouts, those times when your body is primed for muscle building. But alcohol throws a wrench in the works, blunting those growth hormone spikes, especially if you're drinking after a workout or before bed. It's like sabotaging your own gains. Now, let's talk about cortisol, the stress hormone. Cortisol plays a role in inflammation, energy regulation, and even muscle breakdown. It's basically the opposite of what we want when we're trying to build muscle. And guess what? Alcohol cranks up cortisol levels, both in the short term and the long term if you're a regular drinker. It's like putting your body in a constant state of stress, even if you feel relaxed after a few drinks. This increased cortisol not only creates a catabolic environment in your body, where muscle breakdown is more likely, but it also messes with your recovery from workouts. So, while you're kicking back with a cold one, thinking you're unwinding, your muscles are actually under stress, breaking down instead of building up. Alright, let's talk about muscle protein synthesis, or MPS for short. This is where the magic happens. You might think you build muscle in the gym, lifting heavy weights and feeling the burn. But the real growth happens afterward, when your body repairs those micro tears in your muscle fibers and builds them back stronger. That's MPS in action. But here's the problem: alcohol throws a major wrench in that process. It directly reduces MPS, like putting the brakes on your muscle growth. There was this one study where they found that drinking after a workout reduced muscle protein synthesis by a whopping 37%. Even when the guys were pounding protein shakes afterward. Let that sink in for a second. You bust in the gym, refuel with a protein shake, then go out and have a few beers, and boom, you've just flushed almost 40% of your muscle building potential down the drain. That's not just wasted effort, that's practically reversing your progress. Hydration and electrolyte balance. We've all been there. Waking up after a night of drinking, feeling like a dried up sponge. That's because alcohol is a diuretic, meaning it makes you pee like a racehorse. And when you pee more, you lose fluids and electrolytes faster than usual, leading to dehydration. Even mild dehydration can make you feel weak, sluggish, and mess with your performance. We're talking up to a 2% decrease in strength and a more than 10% drop in endurance. Now add in a pounding headache, nausea, and the overall misery of a hangover, and you're not just training at a disadvantage. You're practically begging for an injury. And if you're lifting heavy or training in hot weather, forget about it. Dehydration can turn a challenging workout into a recipe for disaster. Alcohol doesn't just dehydrate you, it also messes with your body's ability to absorb and utilize the nutrients you're working so hard to get. We're talking about essential vitamins like B vitamins, which are crucial for energy production, and minerals like magnesium and zinc, which play a role in muscle recovery and immune function. Alcohol throws a wrench in the whole system, making it harder for your body to get what it needs to function optimally. And as if that weren't enough, alcohol itself is loaded with empty calories, 7 calories per gram to be exact. That's almost as much as pure fat. But unlike protein, carbs, or even healthy fats, alcohol provides zero nutritional value. It's just empty calories that your body prioritizes burning over everything else, including fat. So, not only are you consuming these empty calories, but you're also hindering your body's ability to burn fat for fuel. It's a double whammy. Alright, so you want to enjoy a few drinks without sacrificing your gains? Here are a few practical tips to keep in mind. First and foremost, don't drink after training. Give your body at least 6 to 8 hours to recover before you even think about touching a beer. You want your body to be focused on rebuilding muscle, not fighting off a flood of toxins. Second, stay hydrated. Drink plenty of water before, during, and after drinking alcohol. This will help mitigate the dehydrating effects and could even help prevent a hangover. Third, prioritize sleep. Avoid drinking close to bedtime so your body has time to metabolize the alcohol and you can get a solid night of deep, restorative sleep. Fourth, eat nutrient-dense meals. Before and after drinking, fuel your body with whole, unprocessed foods that will provide the nutrients your body needs to recover and rebuild. And finally, avoid binge drinking like the plague. The more you drink, the greater the damage, and the longer it takes for your body to recover. At the end of the day, alcohol is a personal choice. It doesn't have to be the enemy, but it's definitely not your friend, especially if you're serious about your fitness journey. If your goal is to optimize muscle growth, enhance your performance, and achieve your dream physique, you need to treat alcohol like what it is, a potential obstacle. Enjoy it wisely, folks. Respect what it does to your body, and make choices that align with your goals. If you want to have a drink now and then, go for it. But do it on your terms, not on alcohol's terms. If this video helped you understand the science behind alcohol and gains, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave a comment below. Let me know. How do you balance fitness and fun? Thanks for watching, and as always, stay strong.